This is the Eye for an Eye channel. Welcome to today's show. You would think a story like this about Barry Obama helping write a script about a worldwide blackout and all the other agendas that come with it. You would think that might wake people up, but I don't know at this point. This story is unbelievable, and I want to thank a subscriber over on the website, EMH1234, for sharing this. This was in the Hollywood Reporter over the last week talking about this story and Barry Obama's production company called Higher Ground. And I wouldn't have known about this unless it was posted on the website because I can't see all these stories that are going on. But with the help of all of you guys out there on the website, it really does help me see a lot of this stuff so I can help show people, get them to understand exactly what's going on and to just start asking questions as to how would Barry Obama be able to give help on a script about this. What you're almost acting as if Barry might know the blueprint and the actual script for what's going to happen because that's how predictive programming works. And we'll get into detail about it in a second. So I want to thank EMH1234 over on the website for sharing it and everybody who's on the website for sharing all the stuff that you guys share. I want to remind everyone you can join the website, uprisingrevival.com. It's linked below. I highly recommend you join. You can share stuff like this with me. You can learn stuff from other people. You can share what's going on in your town. And I do have exclusive content up over there. If you saw the video that I did here on YouTube about the tests that you have to take now when you get a strike for a warning on YouTube, you can take a test and pass this course, a YouTube course, and what's harassment, what's not. Well, I actually got a strike for misinformation on the magic potion. So I took the quiz on that on my other channel and I posted it over on the website. It's absolutely unbelievable. You not believe the things that they're saying that you can and cannot say. They're literally admitting to all the stuff that we talk about here on this channel and most of you are aware of that's going on with 5G, etc. So that video is up on the website. I hope people who are over there will watch it, comment, because I thought it was one of the funniest, most unbelievable things that I've ever seen in my life. So that video is available exclusively uncensored on the website, uprisingrevival.com. And I'm also uploading my long archive, thousands of videos. I'm going through every day, getting some of these videos back, or making sure that they're edited right, and getting them up over on the website. I'm also putting some of them up over on Uprising Revival, my backup channel. So make sure you subscribe to that now. And every video on here, on this channel, I'm taking down after 7 days and putting up over on the website. So it's going to be filled. It already is. With all archive videos, you could spend a long time on there because there's thousands of videos, years worth of videos, years, plural, worth of videos that have been removed from another YouTuber. I don't know who the guy is, but he had a lot of good content. So that's over on the website. So look at this story. Netflix is releasing a movie very, very soon in 2023 called Leave the World Behind, starring Julia Roberts and Ethan Hawke, who I've exposed both of them for numerous movies that they've been in. Ethan Hawke most recently, a movie that was about abduction, of course, of the youngsters, and Julia Roberts, who, well, is in a bloodline and couldn't be more, well, we know all the things with Julia Roberts, right? So I will go into deep detail about those things in this video, but I'm going to go into deep detail about Barack Obama. So you ever heard this before? You've heard, like, you get script notes, right? So let's just take a hypothetical event, right? Let's just say that it's a movie based on a true story. Now, we know most of the stuff in the movies are not true stories, but let's just take a hypothetical, right? Let's pretend that there's a movie. Let's just say The Godfather was based on a true story, right? Let's just say hypothetically, okay? And the guy who's playing the Godfather would be like, well, I'm an Irish man. I don't know anything about the mob or anything about this guy. So he would want to get notes from the guy. If it's based on a real person, he'd want to go to that person and say, hey, what were you thinking here? How did you feel there, right? And then he's going to portray it in the movie so he knows kind of how to act it out, right? We've heard those things before, right? Have you ever heard of a president? A president who has a production company. The production company of the president is producing this. And the script writer and the director went to the former president of the United States to ask them about a fictional story called Leave the World Behind, right? And here's the plot for the movie. So they're going to Barry, keep this in mind, they're going to Barry Obama. If you don't know, his name's Barry, okay? They're going to Barry Obama, asking him if he could critique and give us notes as if this was a true story. So in other words, they're asking Barry to give more details about the planned event that is happening that Barry knows all about. Amanda and Clay, this is the plot. Amanda and Clay's aspirational vacation with their teenage children is interrupted by the arrival of a middle-aged couple who own the holiday home and who have fled an unprecedented blackout in the city. When the internet, television, and radio stop working, as does the landline, they have no way of finding out what is happening. As strange sonic booms shatter the peace of the countryside and animals start to migrate in strange ways, the physical and mental health of the families begins to disintegrate. The renters are upscale and white, so they have to mention that they're white. The owners are upscale and black. The issues of race and clash become distractions to the more alarming things that are happening around them. So, of course, it sounds very, very much like, what is that movie? Oh, wait, not a movie. Stuff happening in today's world, right? You know how the government is feeding everybody with this racial stuff and everyone thinks it's organically happening when it's the government telling you it's happening over and over with their propaganda to divide us, right? So what's happening in this plot is that there's some type of event is happening, of course, staged by the government, but they won't tell you that, where there's an unprecedented blackout. Sonic booms are being heard all around. Everybody is fleeing, getting herded into a specific area. And then the people are dealing with mental health problems because they don't have a phone, they don't have the internet anymore because everything's turned off, and we're having race wars go on amongst all the people as chaos ensues. It kind of sounds like everything that's we're headed towards in today's society. So I guess Barry is the perfect person to ask because him and his secret society members are the ones who created all this and they have the script in place. So why not ask Barry? Because it's exactly what's going to go on. Is anybody suspicious yet? I guess not. I mean, could you make it up? Nope. So director Sam Esmail revealed that former President Barry Obama gave him notes on the script for Netflix's adaptation of author Ruman Alam's Leave the World Behind. In a recent interview with Vanity Fair published online Wednesday, Mr. Robot creator said that he actually turned to Obama when he was penning the original drafts because he would help ground me a little bit on how things might unfold in reality. Can I reread that sentence to you? Obama might ground him a little bit on how things might unfold in reality. So how would Barry Obama know what's going to unfold in reality based on a fictional movie where there's a blackout, where people are herded to specific areas all mushed together, and and everybody's mental health is deteriorating because they don't have technology anymore, which they were all dependent on. And what's happening is everybody's blaming one another for what's happening, and race wars are ensuing. All things currently going on in our society based on the government. I mean, we could point a finger at the government, but instead we point a finger at each other, right? So again, you would go to somebody who's an expert, right? But when it comes to a fictional story, okay, like in Forrest Gump, did Tom Hanks find the real Forrest Gump and ask him how to play the... Oh, of course he didn't. Of course he didn't, right? Because it's a fictional character. So did Forrest Gump maybe ask the person who wrote it? Maybe he did. Maybe he asked the guy who wrote the book and said, hey, how would I play this? Even though couldn't he just read the book and do it himself, obviously, but maybe he did, okay? Well, in this situation, Barry is not the writer of the script, is he? Oh, wait, Barry's the writer and involved in the real script that's I'm playing because this is predictive programming. So, of course, Barry would know what's going to happen. Let's continue because, again, Barry's going to ground this guy a little bit on how things might unfold because, Barry knows what's going to unfold. I am writing what I think is fiction, the guy says, for the most part. I'm trying to keep it as true to life as possible, but I'm exaggerating and dramatizing. And to hear an ex-president say, you're off by a few details. I thought I was off by a lot. The fact that he said that scared the F out of me. So Barry read the script and he said, well, you're off here. What? Is anybody suspicious? You're off. It's a fictional story. He's off on what? Oh, Barry's telling him he's off. He's like, well, this is how it's really going to play out. This is what we're really going to do to these people. Oh, okay. Well, thank goodness, Barry, let me know because I know because I'm a director. He's pretty much saying that this is how it's really going to play out. So I went to Barry, who's obviously one of the script writers of all this at the secret societies and the Bilderberg and all the meetings that Barry's been to. He knows exactly how it's going to play out. So they want to make this as accurate as possible for the predictive programming is what they're saying. We want to make this story as accurate as possible so that we can let everybody know exactly what's going to occur. And then when it occurs, they won't even realize that this was the plot of a movie, which was predictive programming and spell casting sigil magic on the audience. I mean, hi. Anybody out there listening? Is anybody out there suspicious? I mean, this should just be one of those things I always talk about that should just wake up someone who's asleep. Just tell me the correlation, the connection. Barry didn't write the book. Okay? This is fiction. So when you write fiction, why do you need to go to a president to tell you how this is all going to pan out? I mean, unless this is scripted in real life. So it's unbelievable. So last year, Higher Ground, the production company founded by Michael Obama, excuse me, I almost said Michelle, signed on to the film, which stars Julia Roberts, Ethan Hawke, and a couple of other people no one's heard of, and Kevin Bacon they've rolled out, of course. Kevin Bacon, remember during the Potion run, was letting us know we needed it. So Alam's novel, and telling us that we needed shelter in place. Alam's novel follows a couple. I read you the plot. I won't reread it. But Ishmael, who's the guy directing it, said he felt more reassured after some of Obama's notes, including his suggestions on the plot points in the script, saying they were too bare and unlikely. The director added that he found it interesting that most of the former president's feedback stemmed from real-life observations. Okay? So if this isn't something that's going to play out, and I've been telling you about this for a long time, and everybody can see that this is what's going to play out because of the predictive programming, right? They constantly are telling us about how the grid is vulnerable, how the grid is going to go down. They're telling us they want to switch us over green, which means that they can control your home, and of course your home will not be able to run fully on green without gas. So these are all things they're telling us, and we know in Agenda 2030 that are going to come. So the only way they're going to get us there is by shutting the entire grid down, blowing up the grid on their own, and then telling us we need to switch over. And the whole purpose is not just to make our lives a living hell, not just to realize that people are going to be at each other's throat, destroying society, destroying cities, etc., but to bring us back in with green energy. And of course, everything will be under smart meters, smart this, smart that, so that they can shut your power off and control your way of life every second of every day. Okay? So Barry knows that this is what's going to happen. So of course they went and asked Barry how this is going to play out. And Barry said that he gave feedback stemming from real life observations. He had a lot of notes about the characters and the empathy we would have for them. Because of course, Barry knows the empathy for the characters. He goes on to say, I have to say, he is a big movie lover, and he wasn't just giving notes about things that were from his background. He was giving notes as a fan of the book, and he wanted to see a really good film. I'm sure that's why. Right? So Barry, of course, knows exactly how it's going to play out. It's not a surprise that Barry started a production company so that he could sign and make sure scripts like this get made and put on Netflix, because they want this stuff out there as much as possible. So then when people hear people like me and you talking about this stuff, they dismiss it and they go, oh, these people think movies are real. They think that the plot of this film is actually going to happen. And then when all this stuff does happen, the people have been built up as such narcissists, and they don't realize it, that they will never say or admit that we were all right about this stuff. Just like with the magic potion. They're still out there not only defending it, but taking it. And not even saying, hey, well, how did these people know ahead of time that this was coming? Oh, I don't know. They told you, not just in movies and stuff. You can go through patents. You can go through all this crap that we all go through in research, right? So Barry, of course, is the voice of, apparently he's an expert. Barry's got a background he's an expert. I'm laughing because it's just so unbelievable. That Barry, nobody's suspicious as to when they're like, oh, okay, well, the guy's writing a script. It's based on a book. So why isn't he going to the guy who wrote the book? Right? Why don't you go into the guy, Sam Ishmael, who wrote the book, and saying, what were you thinking here? No, he's going to Barry Obama, because Barry knows from life experience, apparently. Now, did this occur when Barry was president, that we would go to Barry, that there was mass power outages and the race? No, of course not. Now, we know that they've been hinting at all this stuff, but we know that there's a blueprint and a script in place that's going to play out in real life. And I can guarantee you, we should all probably check this movie out to see how it plays out, even though we already know, because this plot is very similar to many other movie plots about grid shutdowns, about mass chaos, order out of chaos, and of course, amongst all the chaos where people are going, are becoming unhinged and short-circuiting because they don't have their phones, they don't have the internet, they have no books or anything, so they don't know how to learn how to do anything for themselves. People will start rioting and looting, and of course, festered in all of that is the race war that's been built up by these psychopaths in Congress and the mainstream media who tell us every single day that our society is racist, even though Barry is a black president that was apparently elected, even though he was selected. And, nobody's like, well, we had a black president, so we can't be that racist of a country. They just believe whatever they're told, and they regurgitate it like the bunch of zombies they are, because they're too caught up in their own lives, taking pictures of their dinner, posting stuff on social media, pretending that they're celebrities, acting like celebrities, giving their opinion on everything. And again, when you create a society of narcissists, they'll never admit to being wrong, so they could play this thing out right in front of everybody, and they'll think that this is organically happening, and they'll start blaming each other, and that's what they want. Instead of blaming them when Barry even knows the script that's coming. It's absolutely incredible. So again, I wouldn't have found this out without the website. So thank you over on the website to the subscriber who posted this, EMH1234. And thanks to everybody on the website for all the stuff you guys share. I always go through everything. I appreciate everything everyone posts. Sometimes there's a lot of funny stuff on there, a lot of serious stuff, other people's videos that people share so that I could see. And everybody could see. It's not for me to see. It's for everybody. It's a community over there where there's no trolling, where you're allowed to say what you want. So definitely check out the website, Uprising Revival, if you haven't yet. It's the price, half the price of a gallon of gas for a month's worth of unlimited content. It's always active, the forum, and you get uncensored videos of mine. So if you ever want to binge watch my videos, you can do that over there. There's tons of videos. There's thousands of videos that I have that are continuing to go up. And again, new content every week is going up over there as well, uncensored, where I can talk about the stuff going on, because over here, I get auto-striked every time, and I've proven that because I've rebranded myself about 900 times already. So thanks again, and thank you all for being here. Please make sure you sub to my backup channels now if you haven't yet. God bless all of you, as always, and your families.